the second day of the steel
balls used by specialized surgeons in order to achieve
the golden ratio, also known as the golden spiral, can be seen anywhere in nature, but most especially
on this shirt that you can get on Sharkrobot if you want. It comes in black and white, and if you like the design but you don't want to wear it, there's also a poster. Available now only at Sharkrobot. Hey guys, it's been a minute, a 3-year minute since the last BSV chapter, which is wild. For folks tuning in, if it wasn't clear from the title, this entire video is just a post-launch, behind-the-scenes update for Chapter 4. So if that is your cup of tea, then let's do it. Let's get into it. So, some folks seem to be surprised this series was still going on. Very fair. Totally understand. And also curious why it's still going. The short answer is, I just love doing it. Between jobs and voice gigs, which is how I make my living, Blood Sun is my favorite hobby. You know, some people work on cars, some people play video games, you get the point. I just honestly love working on it day and night, and there's also no pressure, so it's kind of the best combo of things. It's also always been a sandbox for me in terms of learning skills, experimenting with different animation tools and techniques. But the biggest skill set that I'm trying to learn is long-form storytelling, which I don't really feel like there are any shortcuts for. You just kind of have to do it. Maybe there is, I just don't know it. That said, fully animating these chapters is a far cry from being efficient in terms of learning long-form storytelling, because it just takes so damn long. But that's, something to address later down the line. For now, I'm committed to finishing the first full episode of Sun Vendetta. That's chapters 1 through 6. We're up on 5 now. That's what I'm working on, as a full color animation. So it's still going to be a couple years, maybe 3, I don't know, until this whole first episode is done. Chapter 6 is going to be long. Oof, yeah. But it's going to be fun. Now that's the why. Some people were asking about the how. And it's a pretty simple thing to explain. It just takes me ages to actually execute. It's like, hey, how do you lose weight? Well, eat well and exercise. It's easy to say, but then you got to do it. Anyway, I storyboard the episode in Procreate. Then also in Procreate, I draw all the assets, all the frames, the frame-by-frame stuff, effects, backgrounds, everything. Import them into Adobe Animate, layer them up, and time the animations. Get my timing with the keyframes and whatnot. Export out the animations and touch them up in After Effects. Most of the time it's just color stuff, but there's some other effects and things thrown in there. Then drop that into a timeline in Final Cut Pro, where I also handle most of the sound design. And that's it. That's it. That's all it is. Holy shit. Funnily enough, file management is probably one of the more complicated processes in the production. And it actually makes a huge difference, especially if you are replacing things like placeholders, or if you got to go back and find certain things. Some of this sounds obvious, but there are times when you can do like a find replace file in any of these programs, whether it's After Effects or Final Cut or even Animate, where you're swapping out finished and unfinished assets. And if everything is organized correctly, it's very easy to just sub out things. So yeah, it's an important part of the production. Go figure. Next up is Chapter 5. Storyboards are already done. I redid them in March. The very rough animatic is underway. Shot-wise, it's currently got like the highest shot count, but I don't think it's going to be the longest run time. I could be dead wrong. I will only know once the animatic is actually done, which hopefully will be... What day is today? Yeah, hopefully maybe the end of next month. I do have another project that I have to do for a client, so we'll see. But more fun than client work, there is some fun stuff in Chapter 5 coming up. We'll finally get some decent interaction and screen time with Black Hole Sun. Get to see Jose and Black Hole Sun kind of go at it and learn a little bit more about their relationship, as well as leaving the shantytown and hitting the road. So a change of environment, which I'm very amped for. We're on the road. There's one more stop to make before he starts going on his full-blown journey. But yeah, in that area, in this next section, he will have his first real fight. Spoilers, it is not a stand-to-stand battle. It will be a stand versus thing battle. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away. I mean, I'm sure some people could figure it out, whatever. But yeah, it's more of like that tutorial fight. You know, they do that sometimes in JoJo where they're like, oh, let me explain everything that's happening right here so we kind of get the gist of what to expect moving forward. But unlike Part 5 where Giorno's powers just seem they get explained and then they totally get retconned, that won't happen. That's the goal, is to try to keep things on the rails. I believe that is about it. For folks following on Patreon, I'll catch you there with updates and progress. There is a free kind of join follow thing. I am very bad at technology, I don't know, but I do believe that people can see things even if they're not paying. And then there's no minimum. If you want to support the project monetarily, that's always nice and helpful. I'm gonna make this regardless. You know, if Patreon shut down today, I would still crank out 5 and 6. It's just gonna happen, so. And for folks on YouTube, I'll catch you in a year or 2. I don't know, I might have an update or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's been a minute, and it's gonna be another. So I'm gonna go back to my cave. Bye.